So I just saw the newest Moana movie. But before I talk about it, you may be wondering why I have been gone for so long. It's been a month. Well, let's see, it's summer, I went on vacation, and recently was the World Cup. But now today the World Cup's won. Messi lost his last game. But anyways, getting sidetracked, I was really having a hard time finding time to watch these movies in theaters. And again, a lot of movies that were in theaters when I first came out, I was on vacation for, so I didn't do a lot of reviews. Like I would have done Toy Story Obsession, but that was gone. Come in time for Moana, and it was sucked. Like every single live action remake, I am so sick and tired of these fucking movies. These are like something Disney never seems to learn from. The same problems. Honestly, if you watch my Lilo and Stitch review, 90% of the problems I have with that movie will be pretty much applied to this movie. Now, granted, what I think of the first Moana film is, it's okay. It's fine. The songs are nice. Fun enough story. Some good jokes. Some annoying jokes. Overall, okay movie. I'm not crazy about it like some people are. But man, after watching this movie, it makes Lilo and Stitch look like Citizen Kane, because this was just rough. Not Lilo and Stitch, like Moana, Citizen Kane, the original movie. This is not as bad as the Lilo and Stitch movie, I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's because I don't like that one as much, but I also think the problems and changes aren't as bad. Because this movie, unlike Lilo and Stitch, doesn't make any changes, which again, usually I'd be pissed off at, but seeing what the changes were in Lilo and Stitch, maybe it's a good idea. But again, it just makes these pointless. A shot-for-shot remake, almost every single one of the same scenes, except worse. And again, it's like the editing is that so fast and like constant that it very rarely lets things like flow naturally. It just feels awkward. Think about and the musical sequence have like lackey energy animation because, well, when you're watching anime films, like the movement, timing, all that stuff is so much better controlled. But it's something that they lack in live action. Instead, like what seems like effortless and smooth in like animation seems weird and stilted. Like there's like one scene, for example, in the musical sequence, where Moana's trying to go ocean. And every time she goes to the ocean, it just cuts to her dad just walking away with her in their arms. In the musical scene, the animation movie, we see him like every time she goes to the ocean, her dad just like yanks her very fast. Which again, you can't really do because in live action, at least that fast or timed exactly that same way. Which again shows why these movies are not fitting for live action. Their stories were designed to be made in animation. So again, stuff like that, like the movement and flow of scenes, especially musical numbers, don't feel as natural. Now again, with really clever editing and again like amazing choreography, it can work and keep the energy up for musical movies. Like again, a lot of my favorite musicals, like say All That Jazz and La La Land, rely on great editing and great choreography to keep a momentum up that so many musical sequences lack in live action. Unfortunately, this movie doesn't do that because again, it's trying to copy musical sequences that were designed to be in animation. The lines, the scenes. It's not, again, if it's just the lines, maybe it'd be fine, like they sing the same thing, but they're doing the exact same actions, which again, just doesn't work in live action. It feels so much more awkward. I don't know how, again, it sounds like I'm nitpicking, but watch them in comparison. Like I watched when I was watching the movie, simultaneously I also had to watch the musical videos from the original movie. And again, it's just night and day, like the flow of the scenes. So again, I harped on enough. What I also gotta say is that characters are much boring. And yes, like The Rock, he is so boring in this movie. I'm not the biggest fan of The Rock. I think he's an actor who has very, very little range and almost no variation. But again, even for this, at least has like a lot of energy. Here, he just seems like he's bored. Like he's just like, yeah, let me just say the same lines I said before. It's like it seems like he did not care at all. And yes, that wig is horrible. And then the CGI just looks also bad. Like everybody, when this movie came out, a lot of people started making accusations that they're using CG, which again, they didn't. But again, even I thought like this looks like CGI. And again, this animation, like CGI, is like on par with the original film. But again, when the characters are animated the same way, it's not that distracting. But when you have like real human beings against this CGI, it looks so fake in comparison. Because again, there's real people against this, not even well looking, these crappy green screen effects. And it's not like this movie didn't have a lot of money. This is $250 million. Again, another movie I saw that set a lot of places in the water was The Odyssey. And it's night and day. Like, one looks like, not for a moment do you think to yourself, oh, well, that's CGI fake. This does. Not for every single scene, looks flat, and again, just like has these, just so distracting. Never does anything look natural, real, and even the sets, like with the practical sets, I'm guessing at least they're practical sets, something, they just look like something you'll see at like at Universal Studios, the ones you walk through. They look so cheap and fake. Now again, you can say, well, again, movies like Odyssey, which have actual effort, decide to use real locations or try their best. Like, for example, there's a giant Cyclops in that film, and they use practical effects. Sure, they had to use some CGI, but again, relying on practical looks much more convincing than CGI, especially if you don't have the time to do that. But here's the difference: that movie had effort in it, care. It feels like that movie was made by somebody who wants to make a great movie and give the audience a worthwhile experience. This feels like somebody's just trying to get a paycheck. So when it's losing hundreds of millions of dollars, which thankfully this movie is, I'm not going to feel bad. Because people say, don't you feel bad when they lose money? No, because it's like the same thing when they say at a restaurant, they make you a sandwich and it's undercooked. You have the right to get pissed off and not want to give your money to that. If you're not getting paid, it's simple. Do your fucking job right. Actually do it properly. If you're just simply trying to phone it in, half-ass it, don't get pissed off when people are not going to get your fucking paycheck. You actually give a shit. I'm so done with these live action remakes. Again, we would be optimistic, like, oh, thank God, they may be over because of bombing. But who knows? Maybe Lilo and Stitch 2 will once again make $1 billion. Maybe whatever live action, maybe they'll do a live action Frozen, maybe that'll make $1 billion. So I can't be optimistic at this point. But I'm at least glad this one's losing its money in comparison to Odyssey, which is. Final score, 3 out of 10. I'm so done with these fucking live action movies. I'm so fucking done with them.